What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 13 different coins. These are the requested coins from last night's live stream that we didn't have time to do. This is the live stream leftovers. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. The list of coins that I'm going over will be in the description below, along with their appropriate timestamps. The very first one we're talking about is Cardano. So let's get into it. All right, so looking at Cardano on the weekly here, if we take an all-time high to the relative cycle low, I'd probably say this low, because these are like that's a fake out low. All right, holding the 069. I don't like the way you're postured in your fib. This would normally suggest you go lower, but I do like your RSI. I guess I don't. I mean, it is weak right here, but I like what you're doing in the sense of bouncing off the oversold zone. Or back here, you're getting in the overbought zone, so you're getting deeper drives on the RSI to the bullish effect than you are to the bearish effect, right? When you're in the areas where you should be making bearish strides, you're getting that strength to the downside. You're just consolidating, so that could be a sign that you're ready to move up. If we look at this relative low, maybe I should use that same low area, low to high here. You went to your 786, 886. I mean, I think you're in an area that would make sense to go up, and the RSI to me looks like it's coiled and ready to go up. It might not be this week, it might not be next week, but soon I think you'll go up. If you go down in the meantime, it's going to be minute, okay, small in comparison. Daily RSI looks fine. Looks like you're struggling to get above the 50, but I think you are going to get above it. Let's look at the 4 hour real quick. Yeah, I think you're moving up right now, like rather immediately. So today, tomorrow, over the week, who knows? You're moving up to like 38 cents, 40 cents, okay? And then by the end of this month, I don't know, man, you could be up about like 44 cents, 50 cents, depending on how the month ends. You really could be up at these areas, but much past that's hard to say. I don't know. Actually, hold on. Yeah, I'd say by the end of the month, you could be up around 50 cents, 60 cents. By the end of the year, maybe like 70 cents to a dollar, around there, maybe. We'll see. But that's ADA. That's my best on ADA. Let's go for XCN here. XCN is the next one on Coinbase. Somebody asked if I think XCN will see new all-time highs, and the answer that I gave was yes. I think that it will. If it was to see new all-time highs, by the way, just to return back to its prior, I think actually the question was, will it return to its all-time highs? But I think it'll exceed that. That would be an 83x. And I know it sounds crazy, but this thing's got some crazy volume in it. It's got some crazy movement already. It moved down very fast. I would assume whenever this kind of barrier to the upside breaks, it's going to move up pretty fast too. And we're getting to that point in the cycle where we see our best movements across the board for all cryptos. So, you know, even if we don't see new all-time highs, we could certainly still see some great growth out of this thing. And I do expect, even if we don't see new all-time highs, a standard retracement just to the golden ratio itself would provide a lot of gains from the current price point. You know, like 12x, 18x. That's just a standard golden retracement, which I think that's in the bag, right? If we're talking about 786, 886 retracement, which you could also do, you know, that's like a 26, 27x, maybe a 47, 48x, something like that. And if we do see new all-time highs, we're talking about multiple hundreds of X's, guys. So even at a minimum, even at a non-new all-time high, there's still serious gains to be made. Not by the end of the year. This is end of the cycle stuff, but I'm just talking about XCN end of the year stuff because I guess I felt like talking about that. Looking at it on a weekly basis, there's not. This is why I felt like talking about end of cycle stuff, long-term stuff, is because right now we don't know. The best thing to say is that it's going to move sideways, but we're probably near the end of this phase consolidation. Will probably break out soon, but is it this week? Is it 3 weeks from now? I don't know. Soon, you know. But same thing with this week. The RSI is ADA. It looks coiled. It looks ready to go to the upside. Getting overbought, not getting overbought, huddling around the 50. You look like you're ready to go to the upside. The daily RSI is neutral with a hint of bullishness. I'd say it definitely is more bullish than bearish. I would think you're moving up, but when does the move that, like this next move, right, like this or like this, when does the next move that takes you above this high happen? Soon. It's just when. It could be tomorrow. It could be 3 weeks from now. I don't know. But when it does happen, we're definitely looking at new relative highs from here. You know, something around 0.0066 to about a cent, 1.1 cents, right? And then from there, then we could talk about new all-time highs or not, right? But first we got to get to this area. First we got to get back to this prior area of consolidation and see how we handle it. That is right around our golden ratio too. Yeah, like right there, as well as our deeper extensions here. So I think there's some significance in this area. We'll have to break through it, and I think that's where we're going next with XCN. When the breakout happens, this is going to be our next stopping point, right? Local to this here. That's my thoughts, but we'll see. Until then, the best analysis you could get day to day is just wait for the move. just it's going to come. Just when, I don't know. Tomorrow, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, hard to say. Soon, very soon, but other than that, day to day, it's the same stuff. BONK is the next one. BONK on Coinbase. BONK all-time history. Let's do that. From a low to a... Do I want this? I feel like that high is appropriate. I think so. All right, BONK kind of slinking over. You do have, let's see, 1, 2, 3 drives. 1, 2 drives of bearish divergence. It's been fulfilled. You've moved down. I would like to see you move down more. But to be fair, I think you've moved down enough. It's not common when you go from a range, right? You find your high, from a low to a high when you find your range. It's not common to find support at the 236 and that's it. You go up from there. Normally you do break through it. It's very common to find support or resistance on the 236, but not sustained support, right? Like you normally do break through that barrier and at least go here. So the fact that you touched it briefly and you've held up like this, I would have expected that you would have gone lower already, but you haven't. So perhaps you have gone as low as you want to go. You definitely do have lower lows in your RSI with higher lows in price. That is hidden bullish divergence. Your RSI looks very strong. Don't be deceived by these lower highs and lower lows. I mean, that in itself is not necessarily a good thing, but when that trend breaks, and it will be soon, I think with the rest of crypto, when it breaks, that'll be a signal in the weekly RSI and probably in the price action that you're breaking out. Normally, looking at this, I would have no problem calling for the 382 as a prediction, but I can't see this happening. A top meme coin this cycle, I can't see this happening right now while I see this happening across the rest of the board. So I think this is good enough. 236 is good enough. You definitely didn't go as low as I probably had been expecting, however long it's been. But yes, I think you're moving up higher. If we take the relative fib range from this low to high, you're finding support in the 618 area, went right down to the 786, found support there, came right back up. This is a thing that's been happening. It's not happening as much anymore. It was happening a little while ago, I noticed, so it makes sense that, we did this. I feel like holding the 618, it looks productive. Let's look at the daily. Daily looks bullish. Yeah, I think you're moving up right now, man. I think you are. Probably a similar aspect to like XCN, right? You're just waiting. You're waiting on this breakout. When's it going to happen? Any week now, very soon. And when it happens, who knows how high you're going to go. I don't really feel comfortable giving you a prediction on that. From this high to low, you've got targets here and here, right? In this area. You've also got targets up in this area. But you could go past all those, right? And of course, all these lines are target zones technically. But I mean, do you see a repeat move? Does that happen? Do you get like a little ABC like this, a little 1, 2, 3? Do you go all the way up here to the triple extended zones? Do you go past that? Do you fall just shy of that? I really don't know. BONK has such a limited history, so the sky's the limit, I suppose, right? Or maybe not that much at all is the limit. Let's see. BONK on its market cap is already at $1.5 billion. I doubt you see this exact same move. Maybe you see the same length of it as far as overall height goes, but I doubt it's that intense. I bet it takes more time, right? It could. Maybe you go literally to the same exact area. It just takes more time. That's kind of my thoughts, because you're at a $1.5 billion market cap. This kind of stuff doesn't really happen anymore. I mean, it can. It's a meme coin. It's crypto. It can happen. Don't get me wrong, but we'll see. We'll see how it looks. But for now, I'm not going to give a proper guess as to where I think this thing's going. You're at $1 billion, $1.5 billion. Let's talk about maybe a $10 to $20 billion market cap, right? Something like that. Maybe as high as a $40 billion market cap could be where you're going for your next move up. It's hard to say. crazy gains definitely going to be had, right? I would expect so, but I expect maybe a repeat of this move from a high to a low to a high, but not in the same exact aspect. I don't think that it'll look the same. I think it will be drawn out more. It won't be so much of a straight shot, but time will tell. We'll see. I spent a lot of time on BONK. Let's move on. XRP is the next one. XRP there. We'll use Binance, yeah. So XRP, kind of like BONK, kind of like XCN. We're just waiting, man. Somebody was asking last night, or maybe a couple somebodies were asking what I thought about XRP, and I think it's just a ticking time bomb, man. I think right now, let's just put it this way, right? Like, we look at it back here. I forget when it was. Was this the SEC win or was this the SEC win? I can't remember. But back here, okay, all this time, everybody was so gung-ho about XRP. It's like the whole crypto, you didn't even have to be holding XRP. Everybody was talking about how XRP was going to go up, right? And then this part over here, people are just dumping on it, man. They're I don't mean dumping their coins. I mean they're talking shit about it, you know, like they're what's the word I'm looking for? Dunking on it, I guess. I don't know, man. But it's like people are making fun of it now. Really, it's just been moving sideways. And generally speaking for XRP, at least in my experience, it's when the majority of the community starts to give up hope on it. You start to hear people snicker and make fun of the XRP people who still believe it's going to pump. As soon as you start seeing that becoming a thing in the markets, which I feel like we're basically at the peak of that, boom, you get that eruptive explosion to the upside. And I think the best analysis that I could give on XRP, as simple as it is, genuinely, is that it has been the longest stint of XRP's life without seeing a month that grew more than 100%. Maybe even like has seen a week that grew 100%. Maybe it was like 50%, something like that. I forget what the metric was. I'm not going to go through all that time. Definitely not 50%. It must have been the monthly perspective. It's been the longest stint, all I'm trying to say, in XRP's life that it hasn't seen a month that grew 100%. We're at the longest stint of that in XRP's life, right? When this thing moves up, it likes to do it at one speed, and that is fast, right? It likes to do it very, very fast. We haven't done fast in a very long time, in the longest stint that we've done ever. Like, genuinely, you can measure it if you want to. I'm not going to do it now because it just takes time, and I can just say it. Why prove it? You can prove it yourself if you don't believe me. It's right in front of your eyes, too. But the longest stint without pumping, we're getting close to it. We're overdue. People are making fun of it. It's the right recipe. I'm expecting XRP by the end of this year to have an explosive kind of finish, right? I definitely think it'll be above $1. I don't know how far above $1, right? Maybe it gets above $1 and then pulls back. I don't know, but I would assume, you know, maybe around like $1.20 to $1, maybe even $2. Like, you're gonna have this explosive move happen soon. And it could carry into next year. I think it will. I mean, obviously carry into next year through the rest of the cycle. But the reason why I was comparing it to XCN and BONK at first is it's in the same boat as, like, in the sense of we're just going to move sideways until not, right? Both of these, or all three of these last coins we've talked about, they're very explosive when it comes to moving to the upside. So they're just coiled. They're cocked and loaded, man. They're ready to go. It's just when are they going to go is the question, right? I definitely don't think this thing's going to move down. I like it's a neutral RSI. Technically, I'd say it's weaker than it is bullish, but I do believe it's going to move up to the upside. Daily RSI looks neutral with a hint of more bullishness than bearishness. You're getting, I wonder what the volume is right here. It looks like you're getting low volume movements. I guess, I don't know. This is like BART-ish behavior here. I would expect this definitely comes back up to the top. So XRP probably moves back up to this like 60 to 65 cent area very soon. And then very soon also, I believe you're going to get that breakout move that takes you above $1. But where does it stop? I mean, $1 to $2, I guess. $1, it's hard to say. We'll see. But that's XRP. ACH. By the end of the cycle, man, XRP could be up a lot, guys. I really do think it's going to see new all-time highs by the end of the cycle. And that takes a lot, man. I was one of those people that used to make fun of XRP, right? But it's been a while. I've matured, okay? I've matured. Well, let's see. Looking at Alchemy Pay. I don't know. Low to high here. 618 zone, nice. Looking productive, yes. Okay, I would think that you're going to move up from here. You're at the low of this like zone. It looks like higher lows, nice. I would think, you know, you've got some kind of like ascending triangle look to you right now, kind of. It's almost there. I know I drew it in a bad way, but like if you had like the flat top, that was not a flat top. If you had a flat top, you had a diagonal line. almost, except you broke it. I don't know. It's not the perfect descending triangle, but just kind of in that respect, in the spirit of that idea, right? Maybe this zone, whenever you come back up to it, it breaks. That sends you up to like a breakout move, right? You might see a move where you storm up to this area as you did before, but this time it just keeps going, right? Or maybe you consolidate for a second and then you keep going. But I definitely would think it keeps going. Weekly RSI looks fine. It looks like it's at a perfect area to turn around, right? Getting overbought, not getting oversold, not a bad thing. Hovering around the 50. Staying above the 40. Daily RSI looks good too. Yeah, you're just like the rest of them, man. You're coiled up. Sorry, guys. Coiled up and you're ready to go. It's just when are you going to go? It's hard to say. And I would think you make a swift recovery, a swift return to 4.22 cents to 5.15 cents, somewhere in this area, right? And from there, again, I wouldn't think it's just a straight shot through. It could be. If there was to be any of these attempts that would be a straight shot through, it would be this one here. But more so, I think you'd consolidate in this area. I think you would see different behavior, right? Like up here, you tipped this red line, you tipped it, and you consolidated below it a little bit, like further below it, and then you move down, right? Harsh recovery. Here, you tipped it. Maybe for like a few days you can consolidate in this area, and then, or a few weeks you consolidate in that area, and then you move down. Here, I would expect that you consolidate tighter, right? Maybe it's a few weeks or so, but instead of moving down, this consolidation would result in upside price action. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, man. You consolidated the last two times kind of near it. Maybe you just break through it this time. Hard to say. But either way, I do think you're going to go above it. I feel like that was maybe the least helpful analysis that I've given so far. But essentially what I'm expecting from Alchemy Pay is that it will break out probably by the end of this year. I think it will be above 5.6 cents. How high? I don't know. You're at 1.9 cents now. And I think that the move that's going to initiate this is going to start soon. This month. But again, when is the question. Link is the next one. Chain link here, finding support on your 123 weekly moving average. Have you shown support on this or significance? We don't have enough history. From a relative high to a relative low. I like where you are in the RSI. It's a little bit of a deeper pullback from the 618 area, but I've been seeing this a lot, I feel like, across different cryptos, so it happens. Yeah, I think you're going to move up. I think you're at the bottom end, just like the rest of them, coiled up, ready to go, just waiting on it, man. You're just waiting on it. You definitely look ready on your weekly RSI to move up to the upside. Daily RSI also looks bullish, right? I like that you're finding support down in this area right around the 40. I would say when you move back up here, you're at $11 now. You're probably going to make a direct move to about $13 soon, but it won't stop there. I think that you're going to go. I mean, who knows, man? You genuinely could go all the way to $22. But with this double top on the 382, this little double tap, maybe you do stop at the 0.5 area. You do have areas of significance there. So maybe the next, you're at $11 now. Maybe the next area to focus on is $16.75. If it doesn't stop there, you're going up to $22, $26, somewhere in that zone. But genuinely, I think the areas to focus on are up in this area here. Probably closer to here, but if I'm wrong and you don't find resistance like literally right there, then up here you go. Anyways, that's Chainlink. Chainlinky link. We look at VELO. VELO, not Velodrome, right? That's what you were saying, whoever you were that requested this. I think it might have been Abe who requested this. I can't remember. Shout out to Abe on that note. From a low to a high, 786, hit it, pulled all the way up, finding support on the 236. What are you doing on this fib here? There we go. That's nice. That's a good look. That's a good look on VELO, guys. Anybody holding VELO, you better be happy. This is a really good look. Yeah, very productive. You're at about 1.5 cents right now. Nice recovery on this week. It looks like a Dragonfly Doji. Very bullish. Weekly RSI looks great. Good job. Let's look at the monthly real quick. Right, I think this is its all-time history, so I'm going to take that high to that low. And I'm going to delete this real quick and bring it right back. 382 to 236 area, roughly, kind of, yeah. You might be making a move. You're at 1.5 cents right now, right? You might be making a move up to like 11 cents, 19 cents, somewhere around there. As crazy as it sounds. This thing looks like it has legs too and it wants to move. And generally speaking, you get your biggest strides like right here, coming into the 618 and then coming out of this 886. Like you get your bigger strides through there. because generally you don't stop at the 0.5, and generally when you break the 886, you don't stop at the 100 or anywhere in between. You just move up on through. If you stop at the 100, it's brief. If you stop at the 500, it's brief normally. The way this looks makes me want to say that. So let's just look at more stuff really to kind of compare that to. Hold on. Actually, I want to throw that fib back on there. From this high, that was not the high, to the low. You got your 1618 golden extension right above that 0.5 there. Deeper, significant extensions surrounding that golden ratio zone. I definitely like that. High to low here. Okay. I'm just a little perplexed. I don't know what I want to say. I want to say you're going to move up here and find a little resistance and then continue to move up. Something like that. It's not going to be like this, although that's a pretty normal thing. And it's not going to be like this. I think it's going to be more like this, consolidation, and then up. But we'll see. And I think you will find resistance actually right here first. But you're at 1.5 cents. I think you're about to make a move up to like 10.5 cents to 20 cents, 19 cents, somewhere in there. Like by the end of the year, guys, you could genuinely be up higher. It's hard to say, but VELO looks like it wants to run. It's hard to say. I would say around 10 cents by the end of the year, if not higher. That's my guess. Okay, maybe even 11 cents, if not higher. That's VELO. Quant. And I think, again, just like the rest of them, it's ready. It's moving up. Just when's it going to happen? This looks a little bit more bullishly postured than the rest of them. That might be the winner, whoever the winner was. We won't announce a winner, actually, because we don't know who's requesting each coin. I didn't write the requester's name. Quant on Coinbase. Do we want the history of it? Does it give it to us? There we go. Right, we're not going to use the Scanwick, though. Quant. Kind of disappointing this cycle so far. Also in an area of significance as far as support goes, right? Previous lows. Last time you were in this area, you moved up rather quickly, all the way up to 233. You're at 66 now. I'm just saying, man, you could move up, or sorry, 223. Not just move up there, but move up past there. Quant's one of those cryptos, you guys, for me, that it's like it's hard. I want to say that it's going to see new all-time highs this cycle. That's what I want to say, but I'm not completely convinced it does. I don't know. I don't know enough about it to have that kind of opinion on it. But I don't like the monthly RSI. I don't like the way the price looks. I don't like the weekly RSI either. As of now, this actually doesn't look good at all. As of now, Quant kind of actually looks like it wants to go lower than this. If it goes lower than here, you're probably going to go lower than here. The rest of crypto is going to be moving up and you're moving down. That's not a good thing. I was not expecting that. The daily RSI sucks. The weekly RSI sucks, man. I don't know. What you need to do is prove me wrong. Hold these higher lows. I think you will prove me wrong, okay? I'm hoping that you do. But if not, you might be going lower. So my call, I guess, is Quant's going lower at the moment. You're at 66.17. I'm calling for 44 to 37. Prove me wrong. Hold 60 to $58. Don't break that. Just hold here and move up. Prove me wrong. If not, you're going lower. And if you go to those targets, by the way, you probably have even lower targets in mind afterwards, just so you know. I don't think it'll stop there. If this thing's melting down while the rest of crypto's pumping, that's not a good sign, man. Not a good sign. Quant, but I could be wrong. Again, this is projecting. Reality hits. Projection, the projection doesn't matter. So prove me wrong. Hit me in the face with reality, right? Hold those lows. Quant. Let's talk about PENG on Sol. That's what it was. PENG on Sol. PENG. Okay. Having a nice move, yes. Moving up yesterday. Moved up 28%, the day before 19%. Volumes coming in, looking good. Breaking out of this right here. Hey. You're in the middle of a breakout move, my friend. I think so. Which generally means the party don't stop here. That's generally what it means. You just started the party, right? It's not going to stop on day 2. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it does. That's when things get too wild, though. I wouldn't say you've gotten too wild yet. You are at an area where it could make sense to find a little resistance. When I say it don't stop here, I don't mean you're just going to move in a straight line. You could, but finding resistance here is totally normal. You could pull back to this zone, move up, that'd be fine. Also, though, I mean, with just how everything looks on this thing, I want to look at its RSI. I'd be curious. I bet it's really strong looking. Yeah, it looks very productive. It would, from an RSI perspective too, based off these highs, just like getting these higher highs coming in, that's not the best line to draw, but getting all those higher highs, you know, it kind of would make sense to find resistance in this area too. So maybe you do pull back to the 236 all the way down to 15.8 to 16 cent area, 17 cent area, I guess. 15.8 to 17 cents. You're at 21.5 cents now. I think you move down there, find support, and then continue to move higher. In a very short amount of time, I think you'll be, and when I say a short amount of time, I'm not talking about by the end of the year, like maybe by the end of this month, if not going into November, you're going to be at like 38 cents to 46 cents and maybe higher, okay? Very soon. And I think by the end of the year, man, we can be talking about $1.81. Like we're at 21 cents, we could be talking about $1.81 or higher, genuinely. But for right now, I think the main focus would be a little pullback, find support, move on up to this 61869 zone. Let's see what you do from there. 38 to 46 cents. That's the ultimate target right now. Before you move up or down or find more consolidation or something. This thing is, I think, in the middle of a breakout move too, and it's a meme coin. You never know when that could happen too. I'm calling for normal expected things. This is not a normal expectable kind of coin, right? It could just do this. It like literally could just do this at any given moment. So we'll see. Definitely by the end of the year, I think you'll be in this zone, if not higher. Okay, $1.81, $4. That's PENG. Definitely the most bullish looking one so far. VELO. No, I'm sorry. Oh, I wrote VELO down twice. I didn't mean to. Oh, somebody, I think what it was somebody requested Velodrome. That's what it was. Somebody was talking, saying they didn't like Velodrome. I think that was Abe, and then somebody was saying they did like Velodrome, and they were requesting this one. They were saying do Velodrome too. On a daily basis, RSI actually looks really good. On a weekly basis, RSI, I mean, I don't know what to make out of that. It's fine. I guess it's neutral, whatever. From a relative high to relative low. Looking productive. Yeah, you're just in an area that you're, you know what, actually, yeah, you're looking better, right? Rejected here, consolidating here. It's different. You're in a normal area to find resistance is what I was trying to say. I just got distracted by the consolidation here. I think you are about to break out. You look coiled and ready. It looks like the rest of them, man. It's just coiled and ready right out of zone. It's very tense. It's so tense you can literally see the tension in the air when looking at this chart, man. I think that's not the expression. They say you could cut the tension in the air with a knife, right? That's what they say. But you're at 9.6 cents now. I think a move up to about 18 to 21 cents is where you're going to go. Absolutely, you could push further on through that, but we'll see how it goes so far. I think this is probably a likely move right here soon. Okay, by the end of the year, maybe. By the end of November, maybe. I mean, I don't know. It could be by the end of October too. To be completely fair, I thought it was on a weekly basis. I'm on a daily basis. It could be by the end of October. Hard to say. I would stand more with the idea of this being in like October, November times than like December times. December times maybe up here, but we'll see. Definitely, I think it's moving up though. MKR is the next one. Maker, right? MKR, man, used to be so promising. I feel like maybe it still is. Hey, it looks all right. Yeah, that looks all right. I like where you are for support. Yeah, I don't mind the weekly RSI either. Daily RSI looks a little bit weak, but you're in an area where it would make sense to find support both on the price, the fibs, and the RSI. So I guess not both, but on all three. It might make sense to go just a little bit lower, but I wouldn't be too surprised if you held support here. So let's go with the idea that you hold support here. If you move lower, it's going to be barely. You're at like 1,350. Maybe at the lowest you can move would be like 1,100. But I think you'd hold that. I really could see you going down there. It could happen, but this has just as well could be a low right here. So anything from here and 1,100 could be your low. And then from there, I would assume, looking the way you do want to see new all-time highs. So from that low, that'll happen soon. I don't know where you're going to be by the end of the year, but by the end of the cycle, perhaps you'll see a price around like $12,700, $30,000, something like that. For Maker, maybe. It depends on what you do with this $4,800 zone. If you break through that, then good. If not, well, you're probably not going to see new all-time highs. Yeah, a little bit lower is my thoughts. A little bit lower and then some upside. But I could be wrong. You could just move straight up from here. But just based off this fib, it would make me think you go a little bit lower. Okay. Maker. Compound is the next one. And then we're going to talk about AMENO and finish this bad boy up. Compound on Coinbase, very similar to XCN and the rest of the gang, right? Coiling up, ready to go. You've been moving sideways for so long. That's the best call to make, because you're going to continue to move sideways. If you move up at all, it'll be very small amounts. If you move down at all, it'll be very small amounts until the day that you finally decide to break out one way or another. I think we are going to break out to the upside. Whenever that time comes, it's going to be phenomenal. From a high to a low, the area that I expect us to go to be 235, potentially as high as $600. I know I don't talk about 600 as often because I don't normally expect you to just tear through the 618, but that could happen. We've been consolidating for a long time. It's hard to say. We'll see how it goes whenever it happens, but certainly at least 235, certainly at least 600 as the range. And this is just for that initial breakout move. End of cycle stuff, I'm expecting compound to be $2,400 to $8,200. We're at $4,454 right now. So I've had a few people in the comments over the weeks who've been like, what about compound now? It's pumping. And I'm like, you guys need to chill, man. Lower highs. Chill out. Get excited when we start doing higher highs, but even then, don't get excited. Right? We started getting higher highs here. Was it time to get excited? No, it was just boring forever. You got a higher high here. This was exciting. It was time to get excited, and we just didn't follow through because the rest of the market had other plans. I don't know, man. Just wait. It's going to happen. I have no doubt in my mind that it's going to happen. It's just, when is it going to happen? My guess would be soon. Out of this whole range, very soon, right? But how soon? It could be a day. It could be 3 weeks. We might not be above $100 by the end of October, but I certainly do think we'll start this move. I certainly do think we'll be like breaking this trend and above $60, $70 by the end of October. If that helps, give a little something. I do think October's finish is going to be bullish for crypto, for all of crypto, you guys. Certainly November. I think November will be bullish. There will be some strength going into it, and I think it'll also promote volatility. And December itself, I think, will just be a spectacular finish. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. We'll make more sense out of that in another video. Let's talk about AMENO. AMENO. I don't know. That's AMENO. That's what I have written down. Yeah. Maybe it's a meme coin. Maybe. Or maybe it's just a decentralized coin. AMENO. Is this right? Maybe. Market cap. That's a low coin, guys. I'm just going to say it right now. When you see something like this, and I don't know if I have it right, but I swear it's an AMENO. I can read my own handwriting. We got a market cap that's 42K, but you see 616K in volume. That's not good. Stay away from this. I don't want anybody putting money in this and losing money. Don't even try, guys. Whoever requested this last night might just be a bot or somebody who is trying to get people to just lose money and buy their shit project. And if not, if the person that requested this isn't that person, they're probably someone who bought this shit project and they just want to know what I think about it, which is still, that sucks, man, because this thing sucks. Not worth talking about at all. Nobody put their money in this. Don't even touch it. You shouldn't even be looking at it. What are you doing? All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Absolutely, I think PENG looked the most explosive to the upside in a relatively short amount of time. BONK too. BONK looks good, but those are the two that I'd say I'm the most confident gained the most in the shortest amount of time. Probably PENG. PENG would be the most likely to move up in the shortest amount of time. Anyways, guys, that's all I got to say. If you like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I will see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.